I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and in particular, I love the jokes that come with it. Yes, it's true. I do love our decade-old jokes, but we've gotten to a point where now it's time to let them go. We can just let them go. It's over. Bro, I literally just made a video on Speedwagon jokes on TikTok. I can't keep doing this, you know what I mean? Alright. We'll go down the list, right? Starting off with the part 1 jokes, which is mainly just the Speedwagon jokes. I'm sorry. When was the last time Speedwagon was even on screen? Most of the people who still make those jokes haven't seen that man in about a decade. You know, because a lot of people, they don't even choose to rewatch parts 1 or 2 because they be like, oh, those parts suck. I only want to rewatch parts 3 through 5. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. You got it. But what I don't understand is, if people aren't even watching parts 1 and 2 like that, why are the Speedwagon jokes just keep repopulating themselves every single few weeks? Like, don't get me wrong. You know, first time I saw it, it was like, oh, whatever. You know, Speedwagon waifu. I didn't know what that fucking meant. I still kind of really, not even kind of, I just really don't know what that means. But it's whatever. It's cool. It's there. It exists. It's been a joke in the community for a long time, predating me by far. For as long as I've been in the community, predating me by far. But it's still just like, damn. Can we get new jokes? Because this brings me to my next point, the JoJo reference jokes. There's nothing wrong with them to an extent until you hear everything's a JoJo reference. Okay, come on, y'all. Can we please shut up? Because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of valid ways to do the JoJo reference joke. You know, 40 years by this point in the making, JoJo has been around. And of those 40 years, there has to be a plethora of references and things that have came up that you can make that joke with. Hell, you can make that joke with most of the things you see in the world, but it gets to a point when you start to excessively use the joke. Like, I'm sorry, using that joke more than twice a day, that should be a felony because it's not funny. You thought it was a meme, but it was me, Dio. That joke in particular gets on my nerves really bad. Like insanely bad. Like, it probably triggers a part of my brain that makes you want to hurt something, because I just don't like the joke. You know, I heard it once, I was like, oh, that's fine or whatever, but then I heard it multiple times, and then that's when I was like, okay, can we please stop? Like, can we please stop? That joke's not even funny. There's nothing funny about that joke. But like, even if it's not about specific jokes, you know, even just how our fandom jokes in general, you know, our biggest community in the fandom is the Shitpost Crusaders. If you get on that place, you might find a few memes that are bearable, but majority of them aren't. Almost any time I've ever been doing a video, I've been trying to find something that would help with transitions or whatever the case is. I've just been trying to find something that maybe will fill in the time. I'll go online, I'll go to search up some JoJo jokes or whatever the case is, and then I'll find something from r/Shitpost Crusaders, and it'd be the most ridiculous, dumbest thing I've ever seen. But this is our largest community, so this is all it's filled with. I mean, I can't fake like I didn't see the name. I knew what was going to happen once I clicked on most of that community, and most of that community is what I expected, 100%. There's still, you know, the cherry joke, which, again, I don't understand why that became a meme. In all honesty, I really don't. I just thought it was just weird as shit. Honestly, that he was just swirling the cherry around his mouth. I thought it was weird. That may have just been me. I may be wrong, but I thought it was weird. The enemy stand user one, which of all of them I've named today, is probably the most tolerable one, because I do find it somewhat funny when you'll hear someone be like, oh, I don't know where the stand user could be, you know, and usually it's because, you know, the stand user is actually hiding within plain sight. But most of the other times, it's like you look in the crowd and you see this guy with some fucked up hairstyle, earrings that go down to his chest, fucking suspenders with slacks on at the bottom, and some clown shoes with multicolored hair. And they'll look at him and be like, nah, he's not it, just because he's wearing a trench coat and a hat. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Like, that one, I find it just a little funny, because I just find the obliviousness ironic and hilarious. Oh yeah, this well-dressed, colorful man who has on this very interesting new and improved outfit is definitely not coming for us. He's definitely not even looking our direction. It doesn't matter that he's staring us down in an intense manner. And I think I saw something in the mirror that none of that matters. You know, we may be stand users, we may be on a dangerous mission within our lives, but none of that matters. Okay, and how could I miss the Kakyoin donut jokes? Oh, what hell. See, when I first joined the community, I thought the jokes were not fairly new, but like I thought it was standard. You know, you go to the One Piece community, you got the Ace jokes, cool. You go to the Naruto community, Neji jokes, cool. Dragon Ball community, Krillin jokes, cool. All of that is cool. But the thing is right, with One Piece, they don't talk about Ace that much because shit is just getting crazier as shit progresses. Same with Naruto. Neji dies towards the end, but you get what I mean. You know what I mean? And then in Dragon Ball, Krillin ends up coming back, but even once he comes back, he's not really a factor because shit just keeps getting crazier. All three of those series, shit just kept getting crazier. Same thing happened with JoJo after Kakyoin died. Shit kept getting crazier, but for some reason, some odd reason, everyone wants to continue to bring up that man's death. I understand his death was impactful simply because it was showing us Dio's power while getting rid of this man who literally spent probably a good amount of time setting up all them traps to get Dio. But let's be realistic. You don't care about Kakyoin enough for you to still be talking about his death a decade later. And even if you do, you care about him so that you don't have to always talk about his death and you can actually talk about his character and not the bastardized version that the fandom gives you. You and I both know this. And finally, before I put this mic down, I just want to spend a second, just a little bit, talking about the Ora, Muda, Dora kids. Those kids, and I want to say this inclusively and almost exclusively, they are more likely than not JoJo fans when they usually say that. I wanted to make that clear and known. They heard that from a meme countdown, and if they are JoJo fans, they're the JoJo fans that all the other jokes I said in this video, they make those along with those. Like, that's all in one big giant pot. They're probably one of the moderators in r/Shitpost Crusaders. Them and the Super Joestar and the Secret Joestar Technique kids. Because being real with you, both sides of them, I feel like both of those sides, majority of them aren't in the JoJo fandom actually, or even watch JoJo's. They just saw the meme. And if they do, they just say every single joke that has been laid out today. Because that Secret Joestar Technique joke, it was a point. As a matter of fact, it's like low-key this point, I barely hear it anymore. You know, I haven't heard it for real, like in like 2 years. You know what I mean? Then again, I don't completely check my comments, so there's that. But those two, I can't. Those are probably the two worst of everything I named up here, the two worst that I am actually annoyed to hear majority of the time. That and the the 4 fans of Part 8 are gonna love this. Come on, y'all. I understand Part 8 doesn't get that much love, but let's chill. But that's all I got for y'all. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And until next time, peace.